Caitlyn Jenner apparently wants Ted Cruz to be president of the United States. In an interview with Dawn Ennis at The Advocate, she said, quote, "I like Ted Cruz. I think he's very conservative and a great constitutionalist and a very articulate man. I haven't endorsed him or anything like that, but I also think he's an evangelical Christian and probably one of the worst ones when it comes to trans issues. It would be great. Let's say he goes on to be president, and I have all my girls on a trans issues board to advise him on making decisions when it comes to trans issues. Isn't that a good idea?" No. No, it's not a good idea. So this has become Caitlyn Jenner 101 now. There was a story we covered a while back where she was talking with other trans friends of hers, and she was like, I'm very conservative. And let me tell you something. I really don't like it when there are lazy people who take government programs and they exploit that because they're parasites. And her friends were like, oh, sweet Jesus. Because you know what it is? It's liberalism for me and acceptance of me, but anybody else that I can't relate with, oh, fuck them. They have a problem. So you, Caitlyn, don't have a problem when, hey, you know, I was born male, but I feel female, so accept me for who I am. But if somebody's down on their luck and they had no opportunity and they ended up being poor and they need a little bit of help from the government just to stay afloat and stay alive and eat something, she's like, I'm judging you. I'm judging you. Well, wait, well, why the fuck do you want people to reserve judgment for you then when you're going to judge the fuck out of somebody else for their situation? It's convenient liberalism. It's only liberalism when it applies to me and acceptance of me, but anybody else who I don't understand, fuck them. I am going to judge you, and I am going to look down on you. And she's open to the idea of Ted Cruz being president. And she's like, yeah, no, wouldn't it be great if I'm on a trans issues board for Ted Cruz? They're just not that into you, Caitlyn. Like, that's the thing. Why would you actively be for a political party that hates you? They want nothing to do with you. They think you are sick by definition. Not like, hey, it happens in the world. Some people are born male and their brain is female. Some people are born female and their brain is male. They don't agree with that. They think, hey, buck up. Buck up. What are you doing? Take off the dress, pussy. What's wrong? What's the matter with you? She's like, oh, I like those people. Why would you like them? Why would you like them? It doesn't make any sense. So, for those of you who don't know, Ted Cruz called supporting trans students, quote, lunacy. And my favorite here, he said the recent Planned Parenthood shooter was a, quote, transgendered leftist activist. This dude thinks you're everything that's wrong in the world. And you're going to go, please accept me. Please love me. Okay, again, they're just not that into you. And here's the main point. When you support people like that, you know what you do? You hurt the rest of the trans community. Not everybody has the money for the surgeries. Not everybody, has the same privileges that you have, Caitlyn Jenner. So when you are on the side of shitty politicians like this, you are adding to an environment of transphobia and bigotry and intolerance, and you're furthering that narrative and that ideology in the country, as opposed to being on the proper side where people actually accept you and argue for your rights, and people argue for acceptance, and people care about passing, for example, anti-discrimination laws, which would bar discrimination against transgender people. When you're on the side of the bad guys, there's no other conclusion except to say, oh, you're an ally of the bad guys. So this idea that, she's some sort of leader in the trans community, if people didn't already know this, well, it's clear that she's just not. And implying support for Ted Cruz has to be, for many people, the straw that breaks the camel's back.